everybody. So first things first, the prediction, the rumors, whatever you want to call them, were true. Herms got it right. We open up the episode, and the first thing that Frieza does is to give some of his energy to Goku. So his debt that goes back all the way to the Namek Saga has been paid in this episode, and he even uses like the same phrase that Goku used back then to give him his energy. And I have to be honest, Frieza has become one of, if not the most interesting character to watch in this tournament thus far. I mean, at first, we were all, I think for the most part, we were apprehensive. I personally did not like the fact that Boo had to step out of the tournament for Frieza to walk in. I wanted somebody else to be substituted, but I think the writers have definitely made up for that in a sense, because you see him play the game, you see him work in the tournament, and he cause all these crazy shenanigans, and it gets very exciting, and it's like, wow, look at that. He just, he paid it forward, He gave Goku some of his energy so that Goku now has a chance to recoup, so that Goku can go up against Jiren one more time. And then in last week's episode, he actually gave Goku some of his energy for the Spirit Bomb, for the Genki Dama, right? And then even before that, he was kind of helping Gohan in a way. He was kind of pretending to go at him a little bit, but then Gohan was able to read that he was just playing around, and they turned out against Frost, and it worked. So again, he has been very interesting to watch, and in retrospect, I'm really glad that he got included into the roster. Now, speaking of Gohan, this episode kind of shows us, the way the matchups are gonna kind of unfold. The Namekians in this episode were trying to catch Goku off guard, and I'm not gonna lie, the scene definitely made it seem as if they were kind of checking out his butt, but then Gohan and Piccolo stopped the blast, and they actually, they say, let's go. You want to do this? Let's go. So it's going to be a 2-on-2, a double team here. They're probably going to be taking care of them. And judging from this shot, as seen in the preview, it almost seems as if Gohan is going to give Piccolo some of his energy, or at least combine both of their power, both of their energy, to try and take them down. Then Vegeta's busy trying to take out Brienne. That matchup has pretty much been established since the opening came out in the first place. And Rosie kind of interferes there for a moment as well. I want to just point out that Vegeta pretty much stays in base throughout the entire episode as he's fighting Brienne. We only get to see him in Super Saiyan Blue in the preview. Really good shot of the guys there back to back, probably scheming some stuff. Judging by Goku's expression in this shot, I kind of get the feeling that Vegeta pretty much told him, he came to terms with the fact that, okay, Goku, it has to be you. I hate it, but Kakarot, it has to be you, the one who has to take down, or at least try and take down Jiren. And I'll try and have your back for as long as I can. I mean, this guy already took out Hit, for crying out loud. And by the looks of it, it really does seem like Vegeta's about to give Kaba one of his all-time classic get your act together pep talks that we've known Vegeta can deliver so well. And in such a caring and humanistic way. I mean, this guy is gentle. Also, I just want to mention real quick how sinister this close-up of the Daishinkan's eye looks. It's they are really, really trying to make him look untrustworthy. Really, really suspect. But now onto the main event, which is the fight against Hit. Essentially, Hit was on the ropes throughout the entire beginning stage of this fight. I mean, time skip wasn't doing jack to Jiren. It was hard and a little bit sad to watch, a little bit disheartening, especially because we've seen it work so well in the series against Goku, all right? But this is a whole nother animal. I mean, Jiren was quick to adapt. In the beginning, I did feel like Hit was catching Jiren a little bit off guard with the time skip, but then after seeing it work a couple of times, Jiren adapted very, very quickly. And not only that, not only did he adapt, but he learned how to counter it almost immediately, like it wasn't even there. He's like, I know where you're going to be the next time you try and attack me, so he's just predicting where the placement is for Hit, and he's just countering back and forth, to the point where really time skip in that initial part of the fight just becomes a way for Hit to dodge. It's he can only use it to dodge. He can't use it to land any type of attack. And the people in the bleachers start complaining because their logic, right, as they see it unfold, is wait, if Hit knows that time skip isn't working, why does he keep using it? It makes no sense. So from their perspective as outsiders, they're thinking, why is Hit trying to do the same thing over and over again in order to obtain a different result? For them, it just makes no sense, right? But I believe it's Kaba who says, wait a minute, have a little faith here, He knows what he's doing. He has a plan. There's some strategy in allowing Jiren to hit him as much as he has. And the reason for that, and he reveals that after he gets knocked into some rubble, right? Very, very painful. He's like, okay, I can do this now because now my body has memorized his movements through him hitting me. Now keep in mind that at this point in time, Hit has now realized that in order for him to be victorious, he has to finish this in one move, all right? With just one move. There's just no way around this. If it's more than one, Jiren is too powerful and he's going to get overpowered. So what he does, this is very smart, very intelligent. Hit as an assassin, he's a strategist, a technician, so he uses the brain and he's like, okay, so I'm going to shoot this blast at him, right? And I'm going to use it as a distraction. So he shoots the energy blast, Jiren blocks it, no problem, but again, it was just a distraction. So then Hit uses time skip, and now that he's learned how Jiren moves, he has created a window, an opening for himself to land that attack. So he lands the punch, and he cages Jiren in this time cage, essentially, pushing him all the way up to the edge of the platform. And, that's where we cut to break, and unfortunately, and this is, I think it's Vados who says, that unfortunately Jiren's power transcends that of time itself, which to me is a very clear indicator that Jiren, at the very least, at the bare minimum, all right, is God level. I mean, I think that's pretty much like confirmed now, especially not just with this quote, but the quote that we got last time where I think Whis was suspecting that Jiren was this character, this fighter, that there was this legend about somebody who could not be defeated by God of Destruction. So it's kind of like, at the very least, he's God level. Now, the way in which Jiren ends up taking out Hit in this episode serves to solidify Jiren's moveset a little bit, at least in base form, or in this state. Because he blocks Hit's attack with the same shield, with the same sort of force field that he used against Goku's Genki Dama. I'm going to call it the glare shield, since they make a point of saying he's using this with his glare alone. So he uses the glare shield, even though he can't move properly, he uses that shield to block the attack from Hit, then he busts out of there and just destroys that energy ball with one hand alone. And it's crazy. And then after that, he lands the exact same type of energy hits that he sent out to Goku with his pent-up energy. Now, the crazy thing about this, though, is that even in the beginning, before Jiren landed any type of energy attack on Hit, all right, Hit was already saying, oh, so this is like when Jiren was going casual and Hit was saying, oh, so these are the hits that Goku, that Kakarot took. These are some heavy attacks. So even before that, he was already saying, whew, it's kind of hurting. And then finally, Jiren finishes the job by using this energy blast on Hit. It's this little energy ball that he can pretty much control long distance, and he can detonate it whenever he wants to. He just sends him up and he just blows it up. And that's actually the exact same technique that he used to push Kale out of Berserker mode. So Hit does in fact end up getting eliminated from the Tournament of Power. And two things. First of all, I really appreciate Champa's reaction to it. Because I know he's fighting the urge to rant and get angry, but at least he was civil about it, and he actually, he appreciated the effort that Hit put in. And then also, I personally wish that Hit would have been able to have a little bit more eliminations under his belt. Wish he could have taken out a couple more guys before he left the stage, but there's nothing we could do about it now. And at least he inspired the three Saiyans to start putting in work again. Which is funny because once I saw Hit turn to them and give them that speech, I was like, okay, he's done. It's over. You give the speech, you can't stay. It's like there's some poetry to it where it's it makes you seem like you're about to say goodbye by giving this speech. Now, to me personally, what he says, at least the way that I interpret it, was he said something along the lines of, each of you has a job to do here. Each of you has a role, so find out what that is and do it, because only you can do it. But to me, the way that I heard it was it felt like that was being set up for the Universe 6 Saiyans to end up helping Universe 7 achieve victory. Then Jiren decides to take out the newspaper, start reading. He starts meditating. He doesn't care anymore. He's like, I'm done. I did the dirty work. All right, Topo and Dispo, you can take care of the rest. He doesn't care. He thinks every other fighter in that platform is so below him that he can just read the newspaper and meditate. So he starts getting cocky, and if you've ever read a comic book or any type of story where the antagonist starts getting cocky, that ends up coming back and biting him in the butt eventually. Because not only is he underestimating Goku, and that just gives Goku more motivation to beat him, but he's also underestimating Vegeta, the Universe 6 Saiyans, and personally, who I think will be the trump card for this entire tournament, for this entire arc. He's also underestimating Gohan. And Doba pretty much implies that the reason for why Jiren allows himself to do this is because nobody else is strong enough to get through his barrier. But I think it would be super cool if, like, the remaining fighters all really just decide for just one moment to just team up together and start going at these three all together. I think it would be super fun, and see if like a team effort can break through that wall. I mean, because if they go at it individually, it's just not going to work. We saw that robot with the Team Rocket uniform try it, and it just blew him away. So, and I thought it was a really cool touch that they kind of changed the environment, like the ambience of it, the aura surrounding the world of Void changed color, and I thought that was cool. I wonder if that's going to have any implications for the fighters, or if that's going to serve a purpose of complicating and making the tournament itself more difficult. That's going to do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you appreciated the review, I would appreciate you hitting the like button. Keeps me encouraged, keeps me motivated. It's all good. So thank you if you do that. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because I do Dragon Ball Super reviews every Saturday night. Comment down below with your thoughts. What did you think about episode 111? Catch you guys later. Bye.